Welcome everyone to our first episode of Breaking Down Troglodyte Society. We are here with Shay and Ahmed, who are the founders of Troglodyte Society and the beautiful people that are bringing children a better tomorrow with NFTs. And we have some questions because this project is doing a lot. And a lot of people tend to miss out on what they're actually doing because they get overwhelmed. So, for the sake of everyone's sanity, we are recording this audio segment to just help clarify things and so that people can listen to this at their own leisure and not have to feel overwhelmed when they join a space or when they start reading on the website, because I know a lot of people take information in different ways, and this is just one way to make sure that we get our voice out there and that the project gets the light that it deserves. So without any further ado, we are going to be starting with the first question, which is bringing children a better tomorrow with NFTs. What is this project and what is it actually doing to help children?
So, Troglodyte Society is an NFT project that was created to raise awareness and funds needed to support underprivileged kids in Sierra Leone, which is where Ahmed, our founder, is originally from. So, the aim is to use the power of non-fungible to make a positive impact in the lives of these kids in Sierra Leone. So what we're doing is building a children's center with supplementary education. We also want to help these kids who struggle daily with finding a way out of poverty. As they grow and begin to transition into adulthood, we also want to help them realize their potential. So by leveraging the power of NFTs and blockchain technology, this project is helping to create a brighter and more equitable future for these kids.
When we discover this technology and what it can do and the power of this technology, is to also create a training facility within the center to educate young people about the blockchain, about the whole technology, and also to bring organizations and companies to that country where we can take basically a whole job for these young people in the country as well, so they can also earn a living by using this technology. So yeah, that's what the premises is founded on. Yes, we want a children's center where young people can come and get their meals, clothes, and other necessities they might need, but the whole premises of it is to bring jobs also and train them.
When was the project idea born, and what made you finally make this happen?
So the project idea itself, Ahmed came up with this idea many years ago, even pre Shay and Ahmed. This is something that he has always wanted to do, which is why he decided to go to university and pursue his degree in working with young people, only because he knew he had this in his mind to go back to Sierra Leone and help the kids, because during the war in the 90s, when Ahmed was able to get out of the country, a lot of kids were not. And a lot of them went 11 years of war, which meant 11 years of absolutely no education. A lot of them grew up not being able to read, not being able to pretty much do anything in terms of education. So now they are adults and they have kids who are now struggling because these kids are forced to help their parents who either had limbs chopped off or may just be illiterate because they can't read and never went to school. So there's a need for education in the country or some sort of assistance with a lot of these kids. So Ahmed wanted to do this just to help out as many kids as he can. And we saw this tremendous potential of NFTs to create a new model for giving and philanthropy that could help to address these big issues that these kids are facing in Sierra Leone. So overall, the idea of the project was born out of this deep desire to help children in need. And we are excited to see where this project will go and the positive impact it will have on the lives of these kids.
For me, one of the key things is a lot of people don't ask this question is what makes you qualify to run NFT projects? What's your background? What have you learned? for me, one of the key thing is in order to run a children's center with supplementary education and career pathway goals and all of these different aspects from every child matter to prevent to safeguarding is how can I do that? I know I couldn't do that. I know I needed to be educated. This was one of the key factors of going to university and getting my qualification and my degree. One of the things of getting the experience, the work experience, been working with young people for 20 plus years now, having all of that under my belt. So when we do take on this mammoth task, we know what we are doing. And the other key factor of it, when we discovered the blockchain and all of this technology and how you can put both of it together where you can link it with the IRL as well as the technology, it was just tremendous to see how both of it can come together and support so many people. So yeah.
And yeah, that leads us into our next question. How did you discover NFTs, and why did this become the vehicle for the charity? Why didn't you just go the traditional route?
Yeah, I discovered it during the pandemic. It was just one day I was just working because during the pandemic our school wasn't closed, so I was going to work and then coming home, but I had time to read quite a lot. And I discovered one day I just read this article of this 12-year-old boy, and he created this NFT called Weird Whales, and I was like, what is this? What's this Weird Whales? And I started researching it. My wife started researching it, and we took like a year or so literally diving in and researching to find out what this is all about, how it all works, and everything else. And then we also discovered Daniel Hashlips, how he's coding and how he's helping hundreds, if not thousands of people in terms of making coding just a little bit easier, because not everyone is clued up in terms of coding like that. And yeah, we just went down that rabbit hole and we've not looked back as a lot of people do. So yeah.
Yeah, the blockchain it's a special place, and I think a lot of people haven't fully grasped the potential of it. And I'm so glad you guys are using it, because I do think that this is going to be historical. Just looking back at it in 10 years' time, you're going to be able to track how everything was going, who were the original supporters, who minted everything. It's going to be amazing, and I think people are missing that point.
I know,
but yeah.
They are, and I think one of the key things is, and people not understanding it, and obviously we're still learning as we go. A lot of it is, yes, people are using it for all these cute little PFPs and all these beautiful images, but actually the whole technology itself and how this can help third world countries and other countries and other people, like people need to see the bigger picture, how it connects people from all different countries. Like, for example, you're in one side. I'm speaking to people in America, in Argentina, Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, like everywhere, and connecting with these people, all these different time zones. It's yeah, and that's not even throwing in the metaverse in that. That's just yeah, the technology is going to be amazing. And yes, one of the main thing is, yes, regardless, no matter what, you still have to, personally, my feeling is you have to link it with IRL, because we are still living on Earth. But yeah, that was the thought process behind it, is putting the two worlds together, the Web 2 and the Web 3, as people like to call it.
It is a crazy world, and it's still, evolving. We're still learning how to use it to its potential, and who knows what it's going to look like in a year. So I'm genuinely excited to see how you guys grow with the blockchain.
Yeah, no, most definitely. It's just look at Bitcoin. You can mint on Bitcoin now.
Yeah, I know, but
forever growing. Like
it's always something new. Any major challenges getting all of this going? Were there learning curves, hurdles, getting the project going? And if so, what were they?
They were a lot. Let me tell you. I was waiting for this question. I didn't even write the answers down to this one because I'm ready to go. So let's talk about the challenges of getting into NFTs and the blockchain when you have zero knowledge of nothing, right? First of all, what the heck is an NFT? Let's start there. What is blockchain? What is this? What is that? What is Web3? Never heard of it before. So here comes my husband. Let's start an NFT project. Okay. I don't know anything about it. I don't know coding. I don't know nothing about nothing. So we'll learn. So we started doing our research, and I'm seeing all this coding stuff. Found one person where we we could use his system to generate the art, but you'd have to keep clicking generate, generate, generate 10,000 images. So that was a setback, and we're like, okay, let's keep searching. That's when we found Hashlips, and yeah, we started with Hashlips. It took me a few weeks to sit down and try it and fail at it and try it again. And 4 a.m. mornings with the baby, it was a lot to take in. But we got it done, and we were getting ready to launch, and the computer crashed and we lost all the things, so we had to start all over again. So yeah, it's had its challenges, and we faced the hurdle of deploying the contract on Ethereum and then deciding after 2 days that, you know what, this gas situation is not making sense for a $20 NFT. It was charging like 200 and something dollars for gas, and it just made absolutely no sense. So we switched 2 days in to Polygon. So that's where we started this whole NFT Polygon journey, and it was a learning curve for us because we were novices to social media. We were novices to blockchain, anything. But as we kept at it and kept researching and learning, we started to get more familiar, and it became easier. It's still hard, but it's not as hard. But every day you learn something new. Every day we are able to figure out the solution to a different problem. And we now have so many people around us who can actually support us. If we don't know something, we could call Cynthia. Cynthia is my go-to now. So yeah, it's the whole process was a learning curve, but that's life. You live and you learn, and you keep going, and it's not done. You figure you can't do something until it's done. Who said that? Nelson Mandela. So yeah, we just kept at it, and that's what we have now, Troglodyte Society NFTs, and now we're about to release a new collection. So we're doing what we're supposed to do, what we need to do, and we will continue to do what we have to do for the kids of Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the major issues, there's no roadmap, first of all. There's no quick fix. You have to learn as you go along. You have to make mistakes. You literally have to, in order to learn on how to grow. In terms of the events that we put and all the other things that we do in Sierra Leone, the live events and stuff like that, like I said, we planned to do this many moons ago. So we know people, first of all, I know how to network and connect with people and how to organize events and stuff like that. So that was the easy part. The hard part was the technology, the social media. I didn't even know about Twitter Spaces. We had to learn about Twitter Spaces and how to run them and things like that. So again, everything's a learning curve. But to me, it's been a beautiful learning curve. You know that old saying, you have to spend money to get that education. Everyone who is involved in NFT or Web3 have spent money in order to get that education of how not to do it. So, and to be honest with you, if you was going to university or wherever, you have to spend money. So to me, I'm just looking at it as I'm at university and I'm learning. So in order I have to spend money to learn. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. And thank you for sticking with it, because there's a lot of people who give up after one hurdle, and you guys have had an array of hurdles.
Do you not know my husband? I would have given up a long time.
Yeah, no.
He's downstairs, I'm upstairs, and he's like, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do that?
For me, the potential is I see what the technology can do. I've seen how this can change millions of people's lives. Like I physically can see it. We've tried and tested a small portion of it where we've got people training. We got them training online. They got qualified. They had employment. They were earning $100 a month, which is a lot, where the average teacher in Sierra Leone earns about $60 a month. and they're only doing a few hour work a day. So we physically tested it and see that actually, you know what, this can work. And that's just from them using their phone or their laptop and the internet, getting jobs from here, from Upwork, from Fiverr, or wherever else. So yeah, I see the potential, and I know the lives it can change, you know.
Thank you for that. That's the thing. The blockchain, it's not only evolving, but a lot of people are growing with it, and that's the exciting bit. And that does lead us to the next question. So we're doing quite well on the whole, just going down with the flow. So our next question is, what's the most exciting aspect of what you've managed to build up to this point?
I'll start off by saying, we have built partnerships in the Twitter spaces and in Africa. We hosted a lot of events for the kids in Sierra Leone, which meant that we had to communicate with a lot of different communities. And our name is out there. They know who we are. They know that we want to come in and support them and the kids there and help provide a better life for them and a better future for them. One of our goals is to start off by building these positive relationships with the different communities. And now also on Twitter, we have this network of people that we are in contact with on a daily basis. We have positive relationships. We can communicate. We can ask questions. We can help others. It's one big family. And I think that a lot of people can see that Troglodyte Society is not a selfish project. We want to be able to help other projects succeed as well. So it's like everybody's going to grow together. We're going to try our best to do what we can to help others grow. And we know that others are helping us grow as well. So that is one of the best things and most exciting things that we've taken out of this as well.
What are you looking forward to with the project? Like, I know you have a lot, so
that's why I'm going to start my thing
let's
first.
try to keep it to a few bullet points.
That's just too much.
Okay, so first and foremost, we are looking forward to seeing the Children's Center come to life and providing a safe and nurturing environment for these kids to grow. So we believe that education is the key to unlocking a brighter future for these kids. And we are eager to see the positive effects that this high quality education can have on these lives. We're also excited about the potential for our Web3 Army initiative to create a new generation of entrepreneurs and innovators in Sierra Leone. So we think by providing young people with these skills and the resources they need to succeed in this new digital age, we hope to create a ripple effect of economic empowerment and a job creation in the local communities. And we're looking forward to creating sustainable and impactful solutions to these challenges that these underprivileged kids face in Sierra Leone. And we think that our project can serve as a model for similar initiatives in other parts of the world. So yeah.
One of the main thing is I want to see our early investors be rewarded. And that's one of the utilities, the future utilities that we've added onto the project. Because yes, we're here. Yes, people want to help and support in terms of the charity aspects and all the rest of it. But actually, people are also here to make money. And one of the things I'm hoping for is for the project, as everyone will say, to moon, so people can make financial gain from it also. Because yes, it's a charity, and I get all of that, but I also want the early investors, the holders, to also make financial gain from this. So that's what we planned for the last 6 months, what we've been working on to be able to give back as well.
What's the ideal dream scenario for the project? If there weren't any limits or any bureaucracy in your way of what you're trying to do, what would happen with Troglodyte Society?
So our dream scenario for the project would be to create a sustainable and an impactful solution to the challenges facing children in Sierra Leone without any limits or bureaucracy standing in our way. In this ideal world, we would have access to unlimited resources and support from individuals and organizations around the world, allowing us to build a state-of-the-art center that provides not just the basic needs, but also high-quality supplementary education to these kids. This center would be equipped with the latest technology and resources, including computers, internet access, educational materials to provide a world-class education to children who would otherwise not have access to these resources. Also, we will work closely with local communities and organizations to ensure that the center is integrated into these communities and has a sustainable impact beyond just the initial construction phase of the center. We believe that is not enough to simply provide basic needs and education to the children. We also want to empower them with the tools and skills they need to thrive in the digital age and take control of their own future. So our plan is to create this network of young people in Sierra Leone who are skilled in Web3 technologies and entrepreneurship, and can also serve as mentors and educators to their peers. By teaching these young people in Sierra Leone how to work online and make their own money, we aim to break the cycle of independence on charity and the government and provide a path towards self-sufficiency and economic empowerment. So through this initiative, we hope to create a new generation of digital entrepreneurs who can build successful businesses and create jobs in their own community. So that's what we hope for this project, or ideally would want for this project. Obviously, we would have some sort of roadblock along the way, but ultimately that is the main goal.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's that old saying, was that you give a man a fish for a day, you feed him for the day, but you teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So by empowering people, you'll be able to make these financial gains for themselves, and in turn generational wealth at the end of the day they can pass on, and can also break that cycle of going through the same cycle that's been going on over there for so many years.
So you can hear that I'm actually reading.
No, it's fine. But I mean, that's the thing about this project, that I feel like the people that know what you guys are about are passionate about it because they know that it's not a one-off charity donation. They know that this is to create future possibilities for people and to educate them so that they can provide for themselves. Because unfortunately, a lot of charities fail on that. A lot of charities are a one-time donation or, small drips, but it's not actually something that builds a better tomorrow for people. So thank you so much for putting this together.
No, definitely. And I think one of the key things for me is charities have been around for decades, as far as I can remember, for years. I think what we're trying to do is trying to design something it's just not just a charity. Actually, you can see the impact your money's causing, whereby obviously we've not gone into too much details, where you're going to have where you can literally track that young person in terms of the educational aspect and bringing that to it, where you get termly reviews about that young person's where they are at the moment. So from when they come to the center, their growth, where they are, and their transformation, to them leaving the center, where their aspirational goals are. And you literally can track it from A to B and see that growth. So you're on that journey with that young person. Why can't charities do that? Where you can come to the centers, you can stay there, you can help out, you can be more involved if you choose to. You can bring your family and be involved if you choose to. Again, why can't they do that? Everyone gives to charity, but actually, do you see the impact and the change, and whose life you've affected and whose life you've changed? And that's what we're trying to do, and that's what the blockchain can do. And this is me not speaking ill of any charity or anything like that, especially when it comes to charities in Africa. But sometimes, a lot of the time, money go missing. Like I said, I like to say money grow legs and just walk. And there's never no accountability for it. With Web3 and the technology, you can't do that. whatever money is donated to that organization or that charity, you track it. You can literally see on the blockchain that was donated then, and it's been transferred to that account, and it's been taken out of that account. There's accountability and transparency, and that was the whole point of this technology. And I'm hoping a law could be passed, maybe, I don't know, wishful thinking, where all organizations and charities have to sign some sort of agreement that it has to go where everything can be tracked and traced, so there can be no, oh, I don't know where that few million went. Oh, sorry. Just accountability and transparency for everyone.
Yeah, no, that's super important. And as you were saying, unfortunately, a lot of history of charities has not been great. And not only because, money goes missing, but money gets put into the beast that is the actual organization. And a lot of organizations pay way too much for advertising and way too much to get themselves out there. They don't do the organic growth thing. Up until this point, it has been difficult for people. And I think that's the beauty of Web3 and having these communities. It's unheard of up until this point. So I will never stop giving you guys flowers for what you're doing because this is setting the example.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, why? Again, look at the live stream events that we do. Anyone who donates any money, whether it's NFT Urban Dragon, like, look at the streamathon you guys put on. All that money went to them. Like, and you guys can see it. You can see how even the papers printed it out. Like, oh yeah, they supported nearly 1,200 underprivileged kids and adults. Like, everything is there for you to see. Live stream it. Show the young people getting all the necessities that you guys done your streamathon for to support them. It's not hard. Like, we're literally showing people it is not hard. You're literally in a Google Meet watching it happen live, and you can talk to the young people, you can talk to the community leaders, you can have those full-on conversation, and they can talk back to you. And we do it day in, day out, and show people it's possible. And it literally costs nothing to do this. Just an internet and a phone or a laptop. That's it.
Yep, that's it. And hopefully even less in the future, because just about everyone has a smartphone in, in any third world country nowadays. Yeah. And, just install MetaMask and that's it. Like, people don't understand how revolutionary this technology is and how much more we're gonna see from it. But yeah, no, love it, love all of it, and definitely is something that people need to start taking notes of, because you guys are doing it the right way and you're showing it. You're not just shouting about it, you're literally just putting it out there and people can find it. All right, guys, I have a super important question to ask. What is a troglodyte?
Okay. Term troglodyte typically refers to a person who lives in seclusion or isolation, and they're often in a cave or a remote or primitive dwelling. The term is also sometimes used to describe someone who is regarded as primitive or outdated in their behavior and attitude, and just like hermits, to be honest. Living in caves. Might as well just call them cavemen, but we had to be difficult and just say troglodyte, the most difficult word that anyone could ever think of to pronounce. So yeah, we've been called troglodytes, troglodytes. Yeah.
You're educating the world, okay, guys?
And that's it. And that's it. For me, Sophia, it's more deeper than that, to be quite honest with you. For me, it reflects back on how society is. We are still primitive as humans, as the superior race, as we like to call ourselves. Actually, we're not. Because how do we have kids living in a dumping ground, scrummaging for food? How do we have 8-year-old kids prostituting themselves just for something to eat? But yet we call ourselves a civilized race. So for me, I think humanity, as much as we might think we've come so far, actually we haven't. So hence, we are all still troglodytes. We are still, unfortunately, cave dwellers and primitive in our thinking, because we think, I want the biggest house, I want the Lambo, I want this, I want that. There's always that I want. People just need to think and just take a step back and just think, what do I want to be remembered for? What is your legacy in this world? What do you want to leave behind, and what do you want to be remembered for? You know, a lot of people don't think about that till it's too late, because no one's going to remember you for having the Lambo or the biggest house. Like, what do you want to leave behind? What are you bringing, and what impact are you causing? People are going to remember Elon forever because of what he's doing. Like, people are going to remember so many other people in this world for the impact, the footprint that they're leaving. What's going to be yours? So for me, people are still, in my perspective, and why I wanted to call it Troglodyte, as much as they think we've come far in technology and all the rest of it, actually humanity, no, we're all still troglodytes, because we've not evolved yet. We're still primitive.
We're about to.
We are about to evolve.
So how did you? But like, how did you get to troglodytes? Like, was that an artistic vision that started, or was it the actual definition that made you want to go with it? Because I have never asked you guys this. I know that you guys, your feelings about troglodytes, but I've never asked you how it came to be that this was gonna represent your project, like this image.
Yeah, we didn't want to be the same as anyone else.
We didn't want to be an ape.
What we were creating is unique. No one has ever created what we're creating, in terms of the charity being the foundation of the project. Usually when people create projects, they're like, 10% to charity. First and foremost, the foundation is the charity. The charity is the project. So when we started looking at things, we're like, okay, I was like, I don't want to be like everyone else. I'm not like anyone else. The project is not like anyone else. We don't want to be apes or frogs or pepes or whatever. There was just so many things. So many people were doing the same thing, and we wanted to be unique. And when we done the research, and this is why there's so many educational aspects in the art itself, and people still haven't noticed. Some people picked up on it, and some people haven't. So we wanted it to be educational and fun at the same time. And these quirky characters, we wanted it to be fun. And you look at them and you laugh. Like, for example, you got some of them looking mean with a tiny little bow tie and the top of their one little Homer Simpson looking hair. We just wanted people to look at them and just smile and have a laugh at the same time. Because you know what? Web3 is still fun. Like sometimes I feel people are taking it too serious. Like, yes, the cause is serious. Yes, all of it is serious. But let the art be fun. Have a laugh. And stop copying others. Be unique. I'm not an artist. And I'm seeing so many people who are claiming to be artists just copying someone else's project. And just be unique and be yourself. That's it. So that's what Trogs, we're unique. Yeah.
No, but you are. Like, at the end of the day, you have a very psychedelic collection, because it is quite wild. I've been seeing some of the newly minted ones, and they are very they're very special. And I love that you guys also have like the few rare ones that are lacking in that whole aspect. Like, they are just plain black and white.
They're just serious.
I think that's just but it's quite cool that you have the covering the whole range.
Yeah, the whole premises behind it, to be honest with you, is like everyone's a troglodyte. You have the people who wear their suit, you got the people who are the punk rockers, you got the degens, and that was the idea behind it, to create everyone, colorful, fun characters that represent the world we live in. It'd be a very boring world if we're all the same. So yeah, but yeah, Trogs rule.
Trogs rules. No, I think that is the best thing we're gonna be able to wrap it up on. But thank you so much, guys, for all of the information you've shared, all of your thoughts, and just your passion, because this has been going on for over a year now. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
And it's still a long time to go. Mm-hmm. But this is just the beginning. And
It
we're
is.
just fortunate to be part of the beginning and just follow you guys along for the ride. So, yeah, thank you for your time. And
No,
I don't
thank
know,
you.
any closing words? Are you happy?
No, I'm very happy. For me, I just wanted to say thank you to the whole community. You know, we came in, we didn't have a clue about anything. The community literally embraced us. We told people, obviously, do your own research, and they did, and they did a thorough research on us. And one of the key factors for me, we needed to be fully doxxed. The whole team, anyone who wasn't fully doxxed would not be part of the team. And you know, to the point where people have my personal number as well as my work number, because we're not shying away from everything. We need to make these connections with people, and the community saw that and they embraced us, and we're just grateful and thankful for, you know, them believing in the vision and coming along this journey with us, because literally we are showing step by step everything that we do and everything that we are, and we've created families from this, like literally people who create stuff with our kids, community members who are now, we can't go a day without speaking to them, and it's just beautiful, like what Web3 can do to bring people together. Any closing words, madam?
We buying NFTs and taking care of babies.
Oh my god.
You heard her. Go buy your NFTs. But thank you guys. I
No, thank
appreciate
you.
this so much. We are gonna close this down and bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.